All right. And after this comes all the people that make the Agribusiness and Countryside Development Foundation possible, to our special partner institutions, senior special partner institutions, corporate members, and individual members, all of whom, without which we would not be able to bring you our sessions every 2 weeks. We're very grateful for your generosity and kindness and your support of the foundation. The Agribusiness and Countryside Development Foundation is a nonprofit, member-supported organization in partnership with the Management Association of the Philippines. Um, we we work to bring you every 2 weeks insightful and important developments in the areas of agribusiness and countryside development here in the Philippines, and we're very happy that today we are joined by someone we've been hoping to invite for quite some time from the Kawayan Collective. But in any case, if today thank you very much for joining us this morning or whatever time it is in the world that you're in watching this video. And we hope that today's session brings you a lot of value. Perhaps you are working with bamboo wherever you are in the world. Perhaps you're looking at new and interesting ways to make use of bamboo, which is a very versatile material to work with. Maybe you're in the housing industry looking at alternative materials. Whatever brings you here, welcome. We're happy to have you on board. If you have questions for us, if you'd like to share your stories, you have comments, leave them down below. If you're interested in getting to know us or connecting with our speaker, our links are in the description. You can email us. If perhaps today's session brought you enough value that you'd like to support the foundation, we'd be very happy to get to know you. We welcome your generosity. Send us an email, introduce yourself, and yeah, let's talk. But in any case, I am keeping you from the main event. So I would like to ask our chairman, Mr. Ernie Ordonez, to please introduce our speaker for this morning. Ernie, please come in.
Yes, well, first of all, just an aside, since we are all um, very interested in gender equality, knowing the women are really an equal, if not superior gender. From now on, we'll call me chair rather than chairman, right? Okay, that's one of our contributions. The second thing is that I'd like to start by saying there's a person called Gina Lopez who's like a hero when she died. She was the Secretary of Natural Resources and, of course, ABS-CBN. And she had two passions, sustainable development and youth. We have both today. We have sustainable development as a topic for which bamboo is key. And with youth, she's 26 years old. She's already a general manager of a collective that's doing a lot of work from Negros Oriental. Of course, we'd like to let you know that she really studied industrial engineering, but instead of going to a corporation doing, construction work, she's immersed herself as a general manager of this collective. And I'd like to say that a few things about Gina Lopez, about bamboo. She used to tell us bamboo is good because of our country and our people. Our country, which is beset with terrible climate change, for which bamboo, being resilient, can handle all of this. So God gave us bamboo. And of course, our people, we're not blessed with lots of money. And bamboo requires little cost and high return, which we'll discuss later. And essentially, bamboo, you plant it and it grows. You don't need to spend so much time and money fertilization and look at it and all that. Because being a grass, it can overcome the other weeds which you have to take out, etc. So we're both in Cape. So we're very excited by this. We're youth and sustainable development. And we'd like Kate, of course, to do what we usually do, which is phone number first, so we can reach you from around the world. I'd like to thank Julius because when we were in charge with 22 people, mostly men and everyone old, now we have 1,500 plus around the world. 55% men, 45% women. It should be the opposite, right? and and half of them are below, 45 years old. Whereas in our time, those below 60 were like 10%. So this speaker of ours embodies both sustainable development and youth. And I'd like to say that we start with her number so you can call her. Then we want to have a developed relationship. Ever since Julius took over, we have been putting emphasis on what happens after the forum. which is the action taken, because our um, our chair emeritus said, when you have forums, it's not just education. We want action. So for that, we'd like our friend Kate Butog to not only give us the phone number, but tell us how she got into this, because her life might inspire us, and we can develop a personal relationship with her. So when you talk to her, you're not just talking to a speaker. You know a bit about her background and how she got into this, right? And then the final thing is, after the talk, we'd like to ask her to say how we can use her talk to do our mission in this foundation, to promote rural development. How can we put her talk into action? So on that note, I'd like to welcome all of you to an inspiring, young, effective leader, Kate Butog. Kate, you have the floor. Please start with your phone. And after that, please tell us how you got into this. Maybe 5 to 10 minutes, not an hour, not 1 minute. 5 minutes, because we want to be inspired by how you came to this when you could have done a corporate job in a city. You're there, being the general manager of this fantastic thing. How did you get into this?
Thank you so much, Chair Ernesto, no, for that warm welcome. So I'm gonna start with my contact information. You can call or message me at 0955-856-2268, or you can email us at kawayancollective@gmail.com. So the story with
Well, if you don't mind, no. So everybody, get your pens out, okay? You don't need to write the email, but the phone number. I'll repeat what she said and correct her if I'm wrong. So all of you, take out your pens. It's 0955 dash 856 dash 2268. If that's all right, please go ahead. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, that's right. I'm also sharing my screen. Can everyone see my screen?
Hi.
Yeah.
We're seeing the Google slides. Okay, there
Okay.
we go. There we go.
Yeah,
Okay,
tell us
slide.
about your life muna, di ba? 5 to 10 minutes about how
Yes,
you
sir.
got into this before you give us our,
Yes.
explanation. Yeah, tell us about your life.
So the story with bamboo, I was a
No,
student.
yeah, okay, go ahead. It's
Yes,
about,
I was a student at Foundation University. It was during COVID times already, so we were locked down. But Foundation University, together with Kawain Collective and together with Base Bahay Foundation, did a research study. So we pioneered the ISO study. So we went to KC, we went to the farm site. We harvest those bamboo from the farm site, and then we geotag those farm sites. And then we have to measure every node of that bamboo, so that we would, and then we will send it to Base Bahay for testing. And then eventually, the research was done. I actually didn't know much about bamboo there yet. I didn't appreciate it. But I've already seen bamboo everywhere. We can see it for our fencing. We can see it for temporary places. So my perspective with bamboo was that it doesn't last long. So it just a material that you can use for outdoors, and it doesn't build your home. So that was my perspective until I worked with Kawain Collective. So after graduating, Kawain Collective is located in my hometown, Dawi Negros Oriental. So it's actually just 10-minute ride with a bus. So I went to KC, I went to Kawain Collective, and I worked. And that's just, um, it's like a spiritual awakening. So your perspective changes because you have been taught, or you have seen this material as a degrading material, but now it can actually build homes that last 30 plus years. So that was my story with bamboo. And now 3 years later, I'm still with Kawain Collective. pushing the mission, our mission for better homes for all Filipinos. Um, yes. So I would start now my presentation so that we can all change our perspective towards bamboo. So Kawayan Collective Agriculture Cooperative, better homes for all Filipinos. So who is Kawayan Collective and what do we do here at Kawayan Collective? So Kawayan Collective actually started 6 years ago, 2019, founded by Ray and Amy Villanueva. So they're actually, Ray and Amy are from the US. And then Ray is half Filipino. So Ray was really looking for his roots. So he's an architect. So he came to the Philippines, he came back to the Philippines, and as an architect, he really wants to build with bamboo. So he's also starting to look out for partners. He haven't seen Darwin yet. He didn't know about anything. So he was looking for partners, and eventually he met Base Bahay. They met with Foundation University, and without any knowledge, Darwin actually has a bamboo facility back in the 90s. So this was Buglas Institute. So they have been exporting prefabricated kubos to Europe. Unfortunately, they have closed down, but the facility remains. So when Ray and Amy started with bamboo, they actually partnered with Foundation University. So Foundation University is a university here in Dumaguete City. So with the architecture college, they are tasked every graduating students to build with bamboo. So they have to design and build um, with bamboo. So Ray and Amy and Foundation University pioneered the Studio Damgo. So Studio Damgo, in English, it's Studio of Dreams. So while putting this design, they actually putting it into actual as well. So these buildings, bamboo buildings, are for public places. So right now we have 13 bamboo buildings here in Negros Oriental and some are in Negros Occidental that hopefully you guys can visit and see it. And then, so when they started Kawain Collective in 2019, we only have at least 7 teams. And right now we're at 40. Um, so it was a sole proprietor. Um, but thankfully, because Bamboo Buglas has been in Darwin operating in the 90s, there are a lot of bamboo in Darwin. So the first thing to do was to look out how many bamboo are in Darwin. So like sourcing, counting the clumps, and then eventually um, the treatment process, which we are going over later. Um, and then 6 years later, we are now operating uh, here in Darwin, and we just opened our new franchise in Tarlac, Kamiling Tarlac, Luzon. And then later this year in September, we're gonna open another franchise partner in Tanhay, Negros Oriental. So it's a big growth from being 6 years in the agribusiness. Can I click this? So at Kawain Collective, we have our partner farmers and cutters. So our farmers and cutters are trained how to properly cut our bamboo so that those rhizomes, those shoots will grow again, and then we can reharvest on that site. And then we bring it to the site. for cutting sizings, we make or we produce construction graded poles from 8 feet up to 20 feet. So 2.4 meters up to 6 meter pole. We can use this for our post, our columns, our purlins, our rafters, and eventually we actually produce engineered bamboo panels. So laminated bamboo panels. We have lipak panel sa panel or pinbu. It can be used for flooring, ceiling, railing, tables and chairs. So bamboo was not just for your posts. It can be all aspect in our homes, from our walls to foundations and to our furnitures. So these are our team from the first uh 1 to 2 years of Kawayan Collective. So it was really a tricky time because it was during the pandemic. So right away they were challenged. We were challenged. But we were able to survive those challenges. So right now, we have at least 40 cutters harvesting 300 to 400 bolos per week. So bolos uh, is this pole, a row pole. So a row bamboo pole. That's bolos means. So every bamboo that we harvest or we produce is actually 100% backyard bamboo. So we don't have a farm bamboo yet in the Philippines. They're all, I mean, in Negros Oriental or in Darwin, we all harvest it from our backyard bamboo. So they grow everywhere. So at least less than 10 clumps per owner. 90% are from within our facility. So the closer, the better. Okay. It's so bamboo is lumber of the future for all Filipinos. So we are located in Dawi, Negros Oriental, right along the National Highway. And we also meet international standard for construction, guaranteed to prevent termite and powder beetle. So shipped nationwide and approved for export. We have at least 5,000 treated poles in stock, but we already produce at least 100,000 construction graded poles and has been shipping nationwide, building homes, or even pavilions. So how do we prevent termite and powder beetle? So our bamboo pole actually goes um, on a 3-week treatment process. So from sizing, cutting, we have to punch the nodes and then dry it. And then we will submerge it on our treatment tanks. And then in that way, it can last long, up to 30 plus years. So Bamboo Value Chain, we have 36 employees, including 34 cooperative member owners. So last 2 years, from sole proprietor, Ray and Amy decided to convert Kawain Collective into agriculture cooperative because for them, no, Bamboo Kawain Collective is bigger uh, than just the two of them. So they want everybody to be part of that mission. So at least, and right here we are looking at construction material cost comparison. So most, not every day, but sometimes we get that idea of treated bamboo is expensive because normally we only see it at the resorts, we only see it at the big pavilions, we only see it during vacations where our resorts uses bamboo. And so our mindset is like, if we're going to treat bamboo, it's going to be effective. But actually, comparing to our domestic lumber and imported lumber, we are actually cheaper, about 90 pesos per meter, while our domestic lumber is at 371 pesos per meter, and for imported lumber at 254 per meter. Now, bamboo itself actually grows really fast. So, at least 3 to 5 years of age, you can harvest your bamboo already. And then you can treat that within that age, 3 to 5 years of age. And then those clamp you can harvest every year. Okay, there are different shoots that grows, so you can harvest yearly. So with proper design, bamboo is really guaranteed to last long. Now, people are asking, um, if my treated bamboo, can I use it outdoors? Actually, no, because treatment does not guarantee protection from sun and rain. So when we use our bamboo for outdoors, we have to add a coating or epoxy coating. Therefore, we have to skin out the bamboo and then add our coating. But then eventually, these coatings are not enough for um for it to protect the bamboo. So it's not really recommended to use treated bamboo for outdoors. Last year we also received the Presidential Award, Business Best Small Business of the Philippines, and Manila Bulletin 2024 Newsmaker of the Year. So overview of bamboo housing. So at this picture, you can really see a typical bamboo house. So it's using amakan for its walling. It's using lipak or slats on the roof. And on its window, it's using sa or tad-tad, or in English, flattened bamboo. And it's on its flooring, it's using those poles. So in the Philippines, we have at least 5.6 million poor and low-income families, of which is 3.1 million are in incremental building. And in socialized, we have at least 4.8 million units um, that if we think about it, with the price um right now, we cannot really afford for people to build their own home. So what they do is just use um lightweight materials or offcuts. It's not really deserving. So incremental builders, no, we just do add lang. So at Kawan Collective, we have designed what we call starter home kit. So this starter home kit is made from cement bamboo frame. So these walls doesn't have hollow blocks anymore. So we're taking out those hollow blocks and it's all prefabricated. So it can go up at least 1 week. You already have a home with a roof on. And then eventually you can add your CR, your sala, your outdoor kitchen. So cost comparison in home construction. So our starter home kit is at 10,000 per square meter compared to social housing at 11,300 per square meter. And of course, for average bamboo house, it's at 11,500. And then conventional up to 12,000. So for 10,000, it's the core of the house. But eventually, of course, when you started to add your finishes, your doors and windows, it would go up. So why starter home kit? It's typhoon resilient structure, roof tied down to concrete foundation, modular and flexible system, easy to upgrade and expand, no? Our local carpenters can actually build this, and we have produced as well video guides uploaded to our YouTube videos where anywhere in the Philippines can just look, any panday can just look at that video and they will be able to install this starter home kits. Prefabricated elements and make it easy to put together. So 1 week, you already have the house. Allow for personalization and for owners to make their own decisions or expansion. So our starter home kit is designed for personalization. So they can eventually add another room in both directions, so 4 directions, and they can add their expansion. So participatory involvement, of course, of our beneficiaries and community. So we have built at least 20 starter home kits in Negros Oriental during um, when Typhoon Odette hit Negros Oriental. After that, no, there were a lot of people who lost their homes. So in partnership with Habitat for Humanity, we were able to make 20 starter home kits from the people who have lost their home. So as you can see here, so the starter home kit has 1 unit, 1 module, and then you can add expansion. So it's at 14 square meter per 1 unit. So we also produced easy to guide installation posters. So as we built our foundation and plinth beam, um, when it's ready, so you can see there are dowels located on those foundation. And then we just insert that panel to our plinth beam. So our mortar will hold the panel and the concrete. So we added a mortar. There's a hole on our pole, and then we can fill that with cement. And then we can then install our trusses, our roofing, and then add our plastering or wall finishes. So if you look it outside, it's like a normal cement house. But actually, inside, it's actually made from bamboo. So no hollow blocks on our walls. And we also prefabricated expansions such as our outdoor kitchen, no? Because we Filipinos really love cooking outside. And of course, we also love to relax outside on our balconies. So we have outdoor kitchen and an open sala expansion. At Kawayan Collective as well, right next to our facility is our Kawayan Casitas. So it's homes that refine the bamboo house as a viable alternative to concrete and steel. So all 6 units are actually now built at Kawayan Collective. The community center, our one-story cottage, our two-story duplex, and a one-story duplex is actually built already. So hopefully, you can visit our uh, Kawayan Collective, and then we can see this home. So Ray and Amy see this as it's like a testament to what bamboo can do. So from a starter home, it can go up middle class.
In early 2021, Ray Villanueva, an American-Filipino architect and co-founder of Kawayan Collective, partnered with Base Bahay Foundation to design and build Negros Oriental's first cement bamboo frame home. This is the architect's tour of that groundbreaking new design.
Inspiration for the design takes some cues from the Philippine architecture, like a large soaring roof and highly textured surfaces that celebrate Filipino craft. In our case, modern translation of the soaring roof is an insulated metal roof, which upgrades the durability. It provides shelter from the heat, the winds, and the rain. And as you can see behind me, it's supported by still a simple post and beam bamboo structure that's embellished a little bit with a curved engineered bamboo. And also then you'll see the whitewashed flattened bamboo that creates a very characteristic repetitive pattern that you can see in a lot of traditional bamboo ceilings. And then down below, the walls are intentionally arranged to contrast the smooth cement and the warmth and relief of bamboo. Just like by Kubo and lots of other traditional architecture, we paid attention to natural ventilation, and also the interior space planning takes inspiration as well, maintaining a strong connection to the outdoors and also it being a flexible open space. So from the outside, the house looked very different. It doesn't look like a bamboo house. From three sides, it looks like a conventional concrete house. But when you take a closer look, bamboo reveals itself. In this front porch, the cement bamboo frame wall is turned inside out. So you show the bones of the structure to the exterior. So it's kind of like a billboard that this is, in fact, a bamboo house. The wall panels are composed of the treated bamboo and the flattened bamboo. Bamboo flooring, and it has an amazing texture as you walk on it. And then as soon as you enter the house, there's a living room and kitchen. And you can look up and you'll see the vaulted ceiling, a bamboo stepladder that goes to the loft. And the main living spaces are down there. We have the 2 bedrooms, the shared toilet, a shower, and a common lavatory. And we're able to fabricate all of our furniture and doors and casework. So we're very proud to display our artisans' work.
Excuse me, if you don't mind,
Bamboo deck is very different.
Sorry, sir.
May I interrupt you for a while? We have 15 minutes left for the international audience, and it's totally impressive. But since we are an agribusiness development group and people are oriented to business, in the last 15 minutes, we want to look at the financials, right? Because it's totally impressive, but we're very interested in the cost benefit and the competition. Because if it works, we really want to spread it. As a matter of fact, it's really totally fantastic. But we really are interested always in the cost benefit or ROI. So if you don't mind the last 15 minutes, instead of looking at the beauty of this, it's totally beautiful. We don't need more images because we think it's totally beautiful. We'd like to concentrate on a very important component, which is the agribusiness return on investment. Tell us about this. How much does it cost and what's the return, etc. And then finally, since we want to know how to spread it, the last 5 minutes, we'll talk about it. So can you give us a summary? How much does it cost? What's the return? How does it compare to competition? Are you cheaper than competition? Because it's totally beautiful. We just want to know the cost benefit because it's beautiful, but cost benefit is not so great. We'll have a harder time promoting it.
Yes.
So talk about cost benefit, please.
So to start franchise or as to start something like Kawayan Collective, manufacturing, no, agribusiness, a startup capital is at least 2 to 3 million, of course, for the facility. And then during the first uh, one to first 3 years, Kawayan Collective was just able to um, negative siya, but or just enough for the operating. But for the past 3 years, from 2022, we actually our 2022 sales hit at least 10 million pesos. And in 2023, we were able to make 22 million. And just last year, we were able to make 24 million in sales.
Yes,
So,
rather than talk about your corporation, we want to hear if someone wants to join you, say be a franchise or something, how much, for each point of view, no? How much does he invest and how much will he get back in how many years? In other words, we are totally impressed by what you've done. Now we're interested in spreading you, and I think you designed
yeah.
a franchise. Tell us about that.
So
Those
it's really,
one of the
yeah.
again.
I'm gonna look up our franchise. So the franchise cost is actually 50,000 pesos.
Very cheap. Yeah.
Yes, very cheap. With that, you can get already tradings. So we will send out a team to treat dun sa facility for to know our processes. So we will do training and development on that new area. But of course, we have to when the facility is already prepared. So Ray Villanueva as an architect will actually also help, no, how to design the facility and recommendations on the area. Okay, since we're dealing with bamboo, no, so very long materials. So he will part of that is assisting. Part of that 50,000 is we will assist, no, the design and training of the facility, and then of course marketing. Once the
Okay.
facility.
If you don't mind, I'll ask questions because we have 10 minutes left. I'm a franchise. I want to get in. How much do I put in? Only I know 50,000, but how much must I invest, and how soon will I get it back, or what is the general return on investment? And finally, just general, no? Kung pumasok ako, magkano kailangan? I'm sorry, in English. How much must I put in minimum, and then what's the return? Do I get the return that's better than 10%, whatever? And then are you really cheaper than others so that we can market you saying you're cheaper and better? So 2 questions. Number one, how much will I invest my own money, not the franchise fee? And what's my return on investment? And secondly, when I fight other groups that want to do cement, right? Am I cheaper, more expensive, or what? Because in terms of quality and design, you're totally fantastic. You're better than them. But business or business, no, not beauty business. So those are the 2 questions. How much do I put in, minimum scale, and what's my return on investment? 1, and number 2, am I cheaper than others, etc. Yeah.
Yes. So our initial investment with something as big as Kawayan Collective operating at least 2 to 3 million.
That's very cheap. That's very good. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. And then the ROI will we can feel that at least 3 years na, 3 years after our start. Because just the same as Kawain Collective, we weren't able for the first 3 years, it was just enough for the operations.
Yes,
And
yes.
sometimes negative, especially during the COVID time. But right now, construction business is booming. It's always booming. With in terms with competitors, it's really uh hard, no? Because people are used to cement.
Yes,
Um,
yes. Oh, okay, okay. I would say your return is at least 30%. All right, that's fantastic, right?
yes,
I'm not talking of you. I'm talking of the people who join, like me and other people who want to
yes,
fund. No, if we have the capital, we have the bank credit, we can do it. No, and like McDonald's
yes,
or Jollibee, we can mushroom your beauty into several things. So first of all, I think it's about 30%. All right, that's fantastic. And secondly, when I'm gonna sell this, right, kalaban ko, my opponents would be the standard concrete guys, right? Is mine
yes,
cheaper? I mean, I have a franchise. I got 20,000. I put in my 3 million. You're guiding me. I now have it. I want to make sure I make money. First of all, I think your ROI is about 30% ROI. Probably correct, right? It's not
yes,
3%. It's 30% better than a bank, right? I'm talking about my business, not you, right? Okay. Then I have to sell it. Okay. And I think we can connect you to some government agents that have billions and billions instead of being lost to corruption. They'll buy you instead of the concrete stuff, right? Okay. But when I bring this already to them, no, they say, oh, you buy that concrete one and all that. Are you cheaper? In other words, you're beautiful and all that, but are you cheaper than comparable houses?
yes.
You're cheap.
So based on the comparison, um, we're actually cheaper compared to the lumbers, compared to cement. Um, at we are at 90 pesos, and then the lumbers and the is at least 300 to 254 pesos per meter.
Okay, good, good. So you're saying that if I'm a franchise now, thank you, that's very cheap, 50,000. I'll put in
Mm.
3 million bucks. I'm selling because I have to make money, correct? Okay.
Yes.
That when I say here it is, and my
Mhm.
opponent is concrete and all that, here it is, it looks beautiful and all that. And guess what? It's cheaper. Can I say it's cheaper by 10% or 15%? How much cheaper am I? Am I a little cheaper, like 5%, or big, like 20% cheaper?
I think 30% because in construction, when we look at the whole construction process in building our homes, um, at Kawan Collective, we already prefabricate. And then on our bamboo poles, you don't have to replace that every year. That's 30 plus years. So you're already cutting down the labor costs. It's not just the material costs, but also the labor costs in building the homes that makes bamboo as a cheaper option.
Okay, let me summarize. First of all, the return is very high. Second of all, I can make it because I'm cheaper. They'll buy cheaper, right? The third and last question is this, no? We want these people around the world and in the Philippines to see this is good. Then we can do it private sector, of course. But we have connections with the government, right? You know, there's a lot of corruption and all that. But some
Yes.
with the right connection, they do it right. And my question is this, no? Have you tried going to government for government contracts? Meaning to say, instead of having this thing, private sector and of course that's good, no. But when there's a government contract, you're assured of a market, no. Have you tried talking to government? Because if you've not tried, we want to help. Have you tried talking to government or not?
At that sector, Chair Ernesto, not yet.
Not
So,
yet. Okay.
mm,
Excellent.
so
Okay. So Julius, I'll stop my questioning. I have three conclusions. Number one, ROI is good. Rather than a bank
mhm,
of 3%, you got 30%. Number two, when I sell it, I won't have a problem. I'm 30% cheaper, for God's sake. Right? Madali yun. And ikatlo, they're doing well. I mean, Habitat, that's great and all that. And with that track record, meron na sa track record. And I guess Habitat loves you, right? Habitat knows you already, right? Okay, they can say you're great. And then we can go to God and say, hey, instead of this corrupt stuff and rig bidding and all that stuff,
mm,
it is something, right? And we are connected, meaning to say we have people here who are
mhm,
connected with the good guys, not the corrupt guys. But with our pressure and Partnership with Management Association of the Philippines, which is honest, right? With that pressure, they will give fair bidding, no?
Yes.
So we like to say, with a high ROI, easy to sell, cheaper, and now possibly new connections with government, the honest people there. I think
Yes.
we can let your light shine, like Jesus Christ said, right? Let the candle shine, right? And I think you are a candle. Okay. So, Julius, I'm sorry, there are 5 minutes left. But in the informal session, we talk some more. But at least the people around the world who are clicking in, and there's 1,500 of them, they see this is not just beauty, huh? This is actually profit, and we're agribusiness. It is profit for a good cause because they're getting bamboo, which is easy to do. And what's fantastic is you don't need to start a plantation because in their work, it's the bamboo that's already there. All right. So, Julius, I'm sorry for taking this time, but I want the world to know how beautiful this project is. So, Julius, please take over.
Thank you very much for that. Okay. Maybe before we end the formal session and we say goodbye to the people who are joining us wherever they are in the world, Kate. Maybe you can talk to us, or maybe you can show us. Do you have maybe people who have been living in the bamboo housing for some period of time? Do you have, let's say, some kind of I don't know, a testimonial or something? So, the houses have been built. We're seeing videos of how they look when they're new and they're shiny. But how is it, like, let's say, long term? So do you have maybe something that you can show us and the people who are joining us online? What the house looks like maybe a few years down the line, or how people have sort of expanded or grown the houses before we end the formal session. Is that all right? Yeah.
Yes, I can share more photos.
Yeah.
So this, in partnership with Department of Science and Technology as well, we were able to produce um, tiny bayani. So what we call a modernized bahay kubo. So no cement, pure bamboo, and two of our members were actually able to benefit on this partnership with UST. And um, for the longest time, we have here at the very bottom our panday, Rolly, and Tirita. Um, they don't have a home before, so they were just renting or living with the relatives. But with this partnership, we were able to build their new homes. So it was built for just 4 days.
Oh,
With CR and yes, their own room. And eventually they can add expansions, um, they can add more rooms to it. So it's really possible.
yeah, Julius, we have 1 minute left, no? I just say all of you, siguro na-excite na kayo. Sir, English. I guess you're totally excited as I am. I'll repeat the number, 0955-856-2268. Please call because our action is more important than the lecture, right? Okay.
Yes.
So anyway, there's 1 minute left. So Julius, I just thought I'd let them know the number again. Okay, Julius, I think you have to close in 1 minute.
Ernie, I feel like you're the most excited out of everyone.
Yes. My God, fantastic. And the market is huge. We have a huge housing market. And the government is so many billions of pesos that they go to honest, beautiful group projects like this. Please go ahead.
Oo nga eh. If I were to sell a dream to our members and the people who support us, I imagine if ABCD gets to a point where we have educational centers throughout the Philippines built with Kawayan Collective, diba? How beautiful that would be.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. But yes, Ernie is right. We do have to close out the formal session. So thank you so much, Kate, for really showing us the amazing things that Kawayan Collective is doing here in the Philippines. We're really happy that you're able to join us this morning and show us all of the different projects that you have and the projects that you're hoping to do moving forward in the future. So anyway, if you are joining us here online today, please do stay on for our informal session. We're going to close out our formal session and then move on to our open forum and question and answer in the informal session. But if you are joining us online through our social media uploads, I'm really sorry. This is the extent of what you can get for free. Before we continue, I'd like to first present our certificate of appreciation to our speaker for this morning. If we can just flash that on screen. Agribusiness and Countryside Development Foundation, in partnership with the Management Association of the Philippines, together with all our members, our special partner institutions, senior special partner institutions, corporate and individual members, all present this certificate of appreciation to Kate Tubong for her invaluable support in the advocacy and promotion of agribusiness and countryside development, and for her commendable and unselfish services rendered to this foundation as our resource speaker on our 7th online meeting of 2025, given the 6th day of May in Pasig City, Philippines. Signed by our chair, Ernie Ordonez, and myself as our president. Moving forward, but if you are joining us online through our social media uploads, again, I'm really sorry. This is the extent of what you can get for free. The Agribusiness and Countryside Development Foundation is a member-supported nonprofit organization, and it is only through the generosity and support of our donors and members that we are able to bring you our sessions every 2 weeks and do what we do. If today's session has brought you any value, again, as I've mentioned, if you work in bamboo, if you work in the construction industry, the furniture industry, anyone that might be looking for alternative, eco-friendly, and sustainable materials, and in this particular situation, in full support of agribusiness, small agribusiness and countryside development, we really invite you to engage with us. Tell us your story, ask us your questions, leave us your comments down below, or you can email us. Our links are in the description. And if today's session has brought you any value and you'd like to support the foundation, we'd really love to have you on board as a member. Send us an email, introduce yourself, and we'd be happy to welcome you to the foundation. But again, I'm sorry, this is the extent of what you can free. We hope to see you in our next session. And we hope you have a great day, morning, evening, or night, wherever you are or what time you've been joining us. All right, have a great day. Bye-bye.